Hello, I'm Chuck Monan, one of the ministers for the Pinnacle Church of Christ. And on behalf of the Pinnacle congregation, I'd like to wish each of you a happy holiday and Merry Christmas. It's during this time of year that the thoughts of billions around the world turn to the birth of Jesus. That event was heralded in an obscure book in the Old Testament by the name of Micah. And there, an obscure village by the name of Bethlehem is singled out. Micah's prophecy says the following: "But you, O Bethlehem, you who are too little to be among the clans of Judah, from you shall come forth from me one who is to be ruler in Israel, whose coming forth is from old, from ancient of days. Therefore he shall give them up until the time when she who is in labor shall give birth. Then the rest of his brothers shall return to the people of Israel. And he shall stand and shepherd his flock in the strength of the Lord and in the majesty of the name of his God. And they shall dwell secure, for now he shall be great to the ends of the earth, and he shall be their peace." Think with me for just a moment about this last line, about the coming of Jesus heralding peace on earth and goodwill to men. And we've recognized that on so many levels that indeed has happened. And yet, when Jesus came to this planet, it also set in motion some of the forces of evil that would be in opposition to Jesus, forces that are still in opposition to his gospel and to his kingdom today. Back about 150 years ago, a minister from Boston by the name of Phillips Brooks had the opportunity to take a trip to the Holy Lands. And there he was struck by this little village of Bethlehem and these historic events that had taken place some 2,000 years before. And on his return to his homeland, he wrote a song that he would use for his Sunday school class, and it includes the following lyric, and it's a lyric that all of us even today are familiar with. "O little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie. Above thy deep, in dreamless sleep, the silent stars go by. Yet in the dark street shineth the everlasting light. The hopes and fears of all the years are met in thee tonight." Think on that for just a moment, if you will. What are the hopes and fears that you have during this time of year? We know for some, this is their favorite season of the year, a time that they look forward to all the year long. And for others, it's a time that is looked upon with dread and even with fear, because it's just one more reminder that there's an empty seat at the table, that the family circle has been broken, that someone who means the world to you is no longer there anymore. Indeed, some 2,000 years ago, as Jesus came into this sin-cursed planet, the hopes and fears of all the years are met in thee tonight. We hope for you and for yours that this is a season of good tidings and happiness and togetherness. But if you're there and you're struggling and you're feeling those pains of loneliness, please understand that God has set the lonely in families. And one of the great blessings we have is to be part of a church, to be part of a congregation of God's people. And if you're looking for a place to belong, we invite you to investigate us at the Pinnacle Church of Christ, where we recognize that the world has irredeemably changed since Jesus' arrival. And it's changed for the better. And your life can be better too if you'll come to know him. Happy holidays.